पतित पावन परम करुणामय परमाराध्यतम श्रील गुरुपाद पद्म नित्य लीला प्रविष्टो विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री श्रीमद श्रील भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोस्वामी महाराज जी के अभय चरण में असंख्य कोटि साष्टांग दंडवत प्रणाम करते हुए उनकी अहेतु की कृपा प्रार्थना करता हूँ. So, most revered Srila Gurudev is very, very merciful upon this sevak. So he is somehow repeatedly giving an opportunity to glorify him so that I can purify my heart. Today once again we are here to remember most revered Srila Gurudev on this Tirobhav Tithi festival, Viraha Mahotsav, disappearance Tithi. When it is about Viraha Tithi, disappearance Tithi, I was reading few articles of various acharyas and their views about viraha, about this love in separation. First of all, when we see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asking Sri Rai Ramanand, what is the highest of grief? Dukh madhye kaun dukh hoy gurutar, topmost. And Sri Rai Ramanand, he answers to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna Bhakta Viraha Vina, means the separation grief of a pure devotee. There is no other grief superior to this than this. And when we see Srila Narottam Thakur, he sings, Pashane Kutibo Mata Anale Pashibo, that I shall jump in fire or I shall beat my head onto the rocks. Why? In separation, because of the separation, the pain of separation from the pure devotees, of the beloved associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when it is already 4 years that most revered Srila Gurudev has disappeared from our mortal vision, even though Gurudev is omnipresent like the Supreme Lord, he is always present, he is all the time present with all his disciples, even though the one who realizes this and the one who don't, because the mother never discriminates within their children. If someone is good or not, she is always caring, she is always loving her child. So Gurudev is also all the time present, but being conditioned in this world, a conditioned soul is unable to feel the presence of Sri Guru. I was reading an article of Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, in which Srila Maharaj, he says that today is the 32nd Viraha Tithi of my most revered Srila Prabhupada, and I am surprised that how can I still remain in this world in the absence of my Gurudev. He says, my life was a bit useful for my Gurudev, but when the Gurudev disappeared, now my life carries no meaning. What kind of feeling these acharyas they have within their heart for most revered Gurudev. He says, maybe I have committed some namaparad, or maybe I have committed some sevaparad towards my most revered Gurudev, that I have to remain in this world carrying this life as a burden even after my Gurudev has disappeared. That kind of feeling is there in Viraha. Viraha is very special. One who experiences Viraha only they only understand. That's why Viraha is considered as Utsav. It is a celebration. Shok can never be, misery can never be a celebration. But Viraha is definitely a celebration. Why? Viraha means what? Viraha means to stay very close to the beloved object, to be absorbed in the object of worship is Viraha. And celebration, Utsava, means it's a matter of bliss. Once we are fully absorbed in the object of worship, then it is natural that there will be only bliss, nothing else. That's why Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he says, Tomar sevai dukh hoyat, se to parama sukh. Even though I feel misery, actually misery does not exist, but misery is also kind of flavor. If in that pure love of God, so when the devotee experiences that misery in love of God, that is also giving, that is also enhancing the bliss within the heart of a pure devotee. It's a very higher state. We hear from Srila Gurudev, it's like when we try to eat this hot sugar cane, when they try to make good, when they try to make jaggery from the sugar cane, and it's so hot, and then when we try to eat it, even though it's burning, but still we don't want to spit, but we feel happy while eating. In the same way, this acute pangs of separation is giving so much of pain, but still we enjoy it. We feel so much of bliss within the heart that we don't want to even come out of it for a moment. We can see gopis, how when Uddhav, he goes to them and try to explain them, convince them, saying that you should now meditate on Brahman so that you will come out of this pain of separation. What Gopis says, please, if you have come here all the way representing Sri Krishna, then please advise us only one thing, that how we can forget him. That is Viraha. Viraha means not a moment we will be able to forget, because we are fully absorbed in the object. That is Viraha. To celebrate that Viraha, it should be a matter of great fortune. Conditioned souls like me, for them it is not possible to celebrate. Anyhow, we are here to remember Srila Gurudev for our own purification. We just heard from our dear Paramadvaiti Maharaj about some of the teachings of most revered Srila Gurudev. Each and every act of Srila Gurudev carries a very big teaching. I remember one time, it was in 2003, I think, we were in Mumbai, and 3 or 4, I don't remember exactly, but it was in Mumbai. And Srila Gurudev, he was reading newspaper. Srila Gurudev, he was reading newspaper, and then he shows that the Shankaracharya of Kanchi Kamakoti Pitham, Sri Jayendra Saraswati, has been arrested. When he was arrested, and then after some time, there was a big cyclone in Chennai, in Tamil Nadu, and then so many people, they were affected by that cyclone in that year. So all that was mentioned in the newspaper, and Srila Gurudev in Mumbai, he was reading that newspaper. So I went there, and it was young age, and so behavior was like little stupid. I just commented to Gurudev that I said reading newspaper is wastage of time, and Gurudev himself, he is reading newspaper. I just went near him and randomly made this, said this, and he just looked at my face, because he is a caring mother and he understands the nature of each and every stupid son. So he just made me sit, and then while talking to me, he made a very specific point that I know that this is going to happen. What has happened here, I know that this is going to happen, but I don't know that so quickly such thing will happen. What has happened? The cyclone which has come in the southern part of India, which has practically destroyed huge amount of property, as well as the lives of so many people are also finished. Guru Maharaj says, I know that this is going to happen, but I did not expect this to happen so quickly. I was amazed that why Gurudev is saying this. And then Guru Maharaj specifies that whenever there is an attack on Sanatan Dharma, whenever there is an attack on the saintly persons, then the nature will not forgive them. This was the statement which Gurudev has said, because that time there were some signs of earthquakes in Assam also. So Gurudev says, nature is not going to forgive those people, those who try to attack sadhus, those who try to attack pure devotees, those who try to attack spiritual personalities. Because Shankaracharya, according to many of the devotees, they are Mayavadis. So for us, Shankaracharya means Mayavadi, or some Shaiva means Mayavadi. But for Gurudev, the vision is totally different. The way he sees is totally different. He never discriminates in that way. He says when there is attack, so we should learn to respect all the sadhus. We should always learn to respect each and every sadhu. Not that we have this tendency that we only respect those people with whom we are convinced or with whom we have some faith. But we generally don't want to understand or respect all those other personalities, those who are actually sadhus. Oh, even though they may not, Gurudev said this, they may not be on that level, they may not be practicing the topmost thing, but still we should respect them. And whenever there is some opposition, whenever there is some destructive mood towards that personalities, nature is not going to forgive. This was one of the important thing which I could learn from the teachings of Srila Gurudev that time. Learn to respect everyone. Like we just heard from our Paramadvaiti Maharaj that Guru Maharaj says all are good. When all are good, Shaivas are also good, Mayavadis are also good, everyone is good. Guru Maharaj never had such kind of discrimination. And then to give, he was all the time open to respect and to care for everyone. This was one thing which I got the chance to learn from Srila Gurudev in Mumbai. As well as Gurudev was very strongly emphasizing on Harinam, on chanting of the holy name. He was very strongly emphasizing on chanting of the holy name, that we should be very careful while chanting the holy name. He said we should not waste even a single moment. We should not waste even a single moment. Each and every moment of our life is very precious. So that's why what happened is Guru Maharaj called me for some purpose in his room in Mumbai, and then while Guru Maharaj is talking to me, my phone started ringing. It was like those days, like newly mobile phone days, so we have mobile phone and it start ringing. One time I disconnected, again I disconnected, third time I disconnected. Then Gurudev, he told first attend the call. I just attended the call and it was not very important call actually. Then Guru Maharaj was there, I was in the room itself. Then Guru Maharaj, he told me that not a single moment of our life should be wasted for any other purpose. So Guru Maharaj, he says what we have to do, the only purpose, the only reason for having this human form of life is to chant the holy name. So you should focus more seriously on chanting the holy name instead of engaging yourself in other activities. This was also one very important teaching which he has given me in person. There are so many such teachings which we have earlier discussed, but the one thing I wanted to tell you, that Guru Maharaj is so merciful that he is mother. An affection of a mother can be negligible in front of the affection showered by most revered Gurudev on each and every of his disciples. There are so many devotees with whom such things have happened, but I just want to remember few instances which happened with me. That Srila Gurudev, when I first saw him in Chandigarh Mutt, then he was welcomed with the kirtan singing Sansara Dava Nalni Daloka. And I was so small and I liked it so much that I had the desire that at least one time in my life I get the chance to sing this in front of Gurudev, then it would be so nice, I will be very happy. But I can't dare to say anyone. Because my voice is not so sweet that I want to sing and someone will encourage me. It was there in my heart. But in 2011, when Srila Gurudev came to our Govardhan ashram, it was so natural, everything was not planned, nothing, everything was so natural, spontaneously. I got the chance while performing Guru Puja to sing this kirtan. It was such a happy moment. And I tell you one very interesting thing, that in 2007, for some special reason, for some specific reason, we had to leave Mumbai and shift to North India. We had to leave, so we left and then we shifted to North India. Actually, I stayed in Mumbai for quite few years and I have so many friends there. I got so deeply attached to the Mumbai and my friends there. So it was giving so much of pain within my heart that I am unable to tell this to anyone. How can I tell someone that I want to be in Mumbai, I want to spend my time there? It's not proper. So I am unable to say anything to anyone and there is so much of pain within my heart. Finally, when it has become unbearable, I have gone to see Srila Gurudev in New Delhi Mutt. In New Delhi Mutt, I have gone to see Srila Gurudev, and there I have spoken to him few things, and among them one is this, that I told Gurudev that I am missing Mumbai very badly. I learned this from Pujapad Madhusudan Maharaj. If you don't tell, then also Gurudev knows everything. It's not that he doesn't know anything, we can cheat him. He knows each and everything. So the wise thing is to open your heart completely in front of most revered Srila Gurudev. Let him listen. So when I found no other option, I went there and then I requested Gurudev, and then I spoke to him and I said, I am very strongly attached to Mumbai. And Gurudev is just constantly like looking at me in a very smiling mood. And then when I finished everything, then he says, so what you want now? He asked me. I expressed my desire. Somehow Gurudev only made me speak. It's not my desire, Gurudev only made me speak. I said the attachment I have for one specific city and a group of devotees, I don't want that to happen. I want my attachment to be on your lotus feet. This is the only thing I beg from you. The only word I said, and I was holding his feet and I was crying. Because I just took some private time, so there was no one in the room. Guru Maharaj did not give any answer to my question. He just looked into my eyes and then he just touched my head like this, but he did not give any answer. He answered some other things. But I did pranams and then I came out from there. By the mercy of most revered Srila Gurudev, Gurudev has engaged me in nice service in Mumbai, but he blessed me in such a way that he made Mumbai and all other places are one and the same. It is the area of work, it is the area of service, but it is not the place of attachment. Even though he did not say that I bless you or I tell you that nothing will attract you anymore, but only because of my prayer, Guru Maharaj has accepted it, the prayer, and then he blessed in such a way that I can see the result in my life today. He is so merciful that we don't need to wait for the answer. Like we just heard from our Paramadvaiti Maharaj that Gurudev says that we don't need to ask for the mercy or blessings or anything. They are spontaneously coming, they are naturally coming. We just need to open our heart, that's it. And I have experienced personally in my life. The first time in the Vyasa Puja of Srila Gurudev when I was in Chandigarh Math, Gurudev would never allow anyone to bathe his feet on his Vyasa Puja. He would not allow because our Nityananda Prabhu, he would go with some water and try to touch his feet and Guru Maharaj would tell, go away. So, when I saw this, I had the desire that at least one time if I get the chance to touch the feet of Srila Gurudev and wash it, I would be very fortunate. But I can't tell this to Gurudev because it is very difficult. How can we say this to Gurudev? Not possible. And now what happens? In 2004, when Srila Guru Maharaj was in Bangalore, and from there he is supposed to fly to Mumbai. So before going to the airport, his flight is around 10:30, 11 in the morning. So we were the people, myself and Muni Maharaj, we were like taking care, we were like organizing that program along with our Sadhu Maharaj and Dasharath Prabhu, who is now Bharti Maharaj, and few others. So when Guru Maharaj is leaving for the airport, before that he just had some breakfast, and without his notice some part of it has fell on his feet, and now Guru Maharaj washed his hands and he is about to leave, his feet is on the ground. When I went to pay pranams, I saw that prasad is on his feet. I brought some water and I said, some prasad is on the feet. Then Guru Maharaj just smiled, and I put that water on his feet and then wiped it, and he was just looking at my face and he smiled, but he did not say anything. And anyhow, I got the chance to drink that water that day. So the thing is, he is so merciful. We just need to have the desire. He will definitely fulfill it. That is his mercy. We don't need to, there is nothing that we will lose. There is nothing that we will lose. There is nothing that we won't get. We get everything what we want. So that's why, anyhow, in this way he has given his mercy. And also in 2003, because it was the first time when Guru Maharaj visited Bangalore, and I was very fortunate that I got the chance to be one of the persons who was organizing the tour. After Gurudev arrived in Bangalore, at least for one and a half day, I could not go to see him. When I could not go to see him, after that, when I went to see him, I could not control my tears, because childish nature. It's not that like it is childish nature what to do when you see Gurudev like this, and then started crying. And it was so nice moment with Srila Gurudev. I was there, and our Paramhans Maharaj was there, and Gurudev is on his bed, and then I just went near him. I could hardly speak in front of him, but I was crying. And Guru Maharaj, he is keeping his hand on my head and he is trying to console me. That was one of the most wonderful moments that I could ever experience in my life. The transcendental touch of such personalities. Vaishnava Sharir Aprakrut Sada. His body is transcendental. He is transcendental. So when a conditioned soul gets such touch of most revered Srila Gurudev, the transcendental touch, we can understand that it is out of the world experience. And also my time is over, and I think, and I tell you one thing. When I was in Chandigarh Mutt, assisting Nityanand Prabhu as Pujari, that time, one time Nityanand Prabhu has gone to Vrindavan, and then he made me stay there. So now I have to change the dress of the Lord. I am unable to change because I don't know how to decorate the deities, so it was very big problem. I was like very scared, and then I was touching the feet of the deity Sri Radha Madhav in Chandigarh Mutt. Touching the feet of the deity of Sri Radha Madhav in Chandigarh Mutt, and the touch was so nice. So I would, as long as I was serving as Pujari there, I would touch the deity's feet every day almost, because I enjoyed it. To my surprise, in 2003, when I first got the chance to touch the lotus feet of Srila Gurudev, the first feeling which came to my heart is that I am touching the lotus feet of Radha Madhav only. That was, it was not an imagination, it was not a speculation or anything. Randomly, I just went to wash the feet of Srila Gurudev, and when I wiped his feet like this, that was the same feeling which I got when I touched the feet of Sri Radha Madhav. That is something which I have felt in my life. And also I went to have darshan of Srila Bhakti Kumud Sant Goswami Maharaj. I went to have his darshan along with the that time Mutt in charge of Chandigarh Mutt, Param Pujyapad Srila Bhakti Sarvasva Nishkinchan Goswami Maharaj, and Srila Maharaj introduced me to Srila Sant Goswami Maharaj. The first thing when Sant Goswami Maharaj came to know about me, he was just pulling my cheeks like this, and then that was his affection he used to do with children. So he was pulling my cheeks like this and then doing like this on my shoulder, and he said, catch hold of the feet of your Gurudev. He will definitely take you. I don't remember the words as it is, but this is what something he said, that you catch hold of the lotus feet of your Gurudev. Don't leave them. Always catch hold of his lotus feet and he will definitely take you. And I thought maybe he was inspiring. We conditioned soul, they only listen and then they have their own way of thinking. So I was thinking maybe he is just inspiring me. But in 2010, on 18th of September, an incident happened in my life. It's a very special incident, and which made me realize the words of Srila Bhakti Kumar Sant Goswami Maharaj, that what he said actually happens. Srila Gurudev's presence has been felt on that particular day. I don't want to narrate that incident now, but the essence is, these Guru Vargas, they foresee, they see, they know everything, what is going to happen and how a conditioned soul can be saved. That's why Srila Maharaj has advised me, always stay on the lotus feet of your Gurudev. He will save you, he will rescue you. And I could feel this also in my life. One time in 2003, I went to Srila Gurudev alone, and I had something to complain, and Guru Maharaj just looked my face and he said, don't worry. What to do, these instances can't be narrated, but it was a very painful time, because we are like young brahmacharis and we have to face so many strong consequences, and we don't blame others that because of whom we had to face. But the fact is, we had to face such consequences in our life, which is very difficult for a normal person to bear even. For us also it's very difficult. But only by the mercy of most revered Srila Guru Maharaj that we could survive from that drastic situation. I went to Srila Gurudev and I was just looking at him, and then I made my prayers, and the result is Guru Maharaj has changed the whole situation, everything. At one time, there is another time, what happens is, people were looking at us and then they were coming out with different understandings and different way of ideas. It was in 2007 when we have started this Tirthashram. Then people would just say that you people don't belong to Mutt anymore, you people don't belong to Gurudev anymore, like that. They were like, some were complaining. It is out of their affection. I don't say that they are envious of anything. It is out of their affection. They want us to come back and stay with them, maybe. I don't know. But this is what something happened. And then it's hurting me like anything, piercing my heart every time to listen that you left Gurudev, you left Mutt. So I could not bear it. And then I went to Srila Gurudev. And I was crying near him. And Gurudev, after listening to all my conversation, he says that a disciple is never away from his Gurudev. This was one thing which Gurudev said. I was just still looking, and then I am crying, because it was little difficult for me to digest, to accept, because if the disciple will run away, then it is possible. So many other things are going on in my mind, so I don't know what to say to Gurudev. I was just continuously crying, and then Guru Maharaj looked into my face, and then Gurudev, he said one thing, I am always with you. It's not that he loves me or I deserve it. I want to say this because if anyone, whoever goes to Gurudev with so much of distress, so much of misery within the heart, the words of Gurudev not only console them, they transfer their mind and make them blissful for all time. That is the speciality. Consoling a person is for that time, for that moment. Gurudev doesn't console so that for that moment we are happy and again once we come back and we cry. Gurudev gives us a kind of support, strength, that whole life only by remembering his transcendental words we can happily survive. That is what Gurudev has given. They are not just words. Those words which came from the mouth of Srila Gurudev is to save the fall down of one sadhak. When we see things are not favorable, it is natural that we will fall down. We give up. We don't want to continue because that is the nature of a conditioned soul. When things are not favorable, we don't want to continue. We give up. We quit. Guru Maharaj, he knows how to save the person. Guru Maharaj, he knows how to save the person. That's why he is not only consoling, he is giving the strength by saying these such words. If not, if I see myself, I don't deserve that Gurudev console me, Gurudev pacify me when I am crying, touching my head like this or pampering me. And I don't see myself qualified that Gurudev says such big words that I am always with you. I am not qualified, but he knows if I don't say these words, he will not have this assurance. So I assure him that I am always with you. And I was still looking at the face of most revered Srila Gurudev. Then Gurudev, he is Antaryami. He is omnipresent. So he sees my heart. So he just looked at me and he said one more thing. He said, place doesn't matter where you are staying and all. Even without me asking, Guru Maharaj said this, where you are staying, place doesn't matter. What matters is the ideals of Gurudev, what you have adopted in your life, that really matters. Gurudev says, Gaura Rami mukhe bole nahi chale. I just shout loudly that I belong to Gurudev, I belong to Gurudev, Gurudev. He says these things are not going to work. The conduct, the ideals presented by Gurudev, that we have to accept, that we have to imbibe in our life. And he just not said this. We can see the way Srila Gurudev has adopted each and everything taught by our most revered Param Gurudev. We all know that Guru Maharaj means he is non-different from Param Gurudev. It is not just our way of understanding. It is the fact, because the conduct which Param Gurudev had, the ideals which Param Gurudev has set, Gurudev is following. Gurudev followed each and everything word to word. So that is what Gurudev said. Wherever you stay, always remember, when you are following the ideals of your spiritual master, when you are following the conduct of your spiritual master, when you are surrendered to your Guru, that means you are always with Sri Guru only. This is one of the very important instruction which I have received that day through Srila Guru Maharaj. And also I tell you one last thing, maybe time is over, that Srila Guru Maharaj, he was in Sridham Mayapur. That time he was that year he was not going to parikrama to all the places. So he was in Mayapur Math. And that day was the parikrama for Vidyanagar. The longest parikrama and not so easy to walk. So, being very smart, I just dropped my plan and I remained in the Math only. But Guru Maharaj, he don't like this. If someone goes to Dham and then they skip parikrama, they don't go for parikrama, he doesn't appreciate it. I know, but what to do, can't walk so much. So I just dropped the plan, and it was quite few years ago, mainly more than 18 years. And when I dropped my plan, there was no one in the mat. So I went to Srila Guru Maharaj room for darshan. Room was open. I went inside. Guru Maharaj, when he looked at me, he asked me directly, why you did not go for parikrama? What will I say? I am so scared. There was no answer for this. I was just remaining silent, and I said, I have some pain. He just looked at my face and then he smiled. He understood because I'm speaking live. Then I said, I'm hungry. I told this to Anantaram Prabhu, or I don't remember who was there in the room that time. I said, I'm feeling hungry. Then Guru Maharaj personally sent his sevak, maybe Anantaram Prabhu, or I don't remember, Pujpat Brihadvrati Maharaj, someone was there. He just sent them to the temple asking for something to eat. When there was nothing that we could get from the mat, then Guru Maharaj had some Peru in his room, Amrud. Peru in his room. So he just, he gave them to me, and not just he gave me, he also says how to eat. He also says how to eat. If you eat them like this, you will feel taste. How? Cut this like this and then put some salt. Like, mother says to the child that like this, do like this, and then you will feel good. In this way, Guru Maharaj was advising, he was like showing his affection. In this way, he was showing his affection and love and showing his mercy. What I want to say is the memories and the time, the limited time which we got the chance to spend with Gurudev is not just a limited time, it is in fact the treasure for the whole life. It is the biggest treasure for the whole life, where simply by remembering them, one very special thing Guru Maharaj said one time in Jagannath Puri. One time Srila Guru Maharaj was in Jagannath Puri and the mat is completely full. And for brahmacharis, they don't have any special room. You have to sleep somewhere in the balcony here and there. That time, so Guru Maharaj, when I went to pay pranams to him, I went from Mumbai and I pay pranams to Srila Gurudev. Guru Maharaj just looked at me and said, did you find some place to stay? I said, Gurudev, no. He did not say you go there and sleep or here and sleep. He just said one word. Brahmachari means whole mat belongs to them only. It's your own house. You can sleep anywhere. I think no problem. It was only a small word, but that word gave such a kind of inspiration for the whole life, that any time when some idea comes to the mind, first thing which comes is mat is my home, because Gurudev says that mat is your home, mat is your place. So when some place belongs to me, how I can think something which is separate from the mat? That is not possible. That is not possible. Simply by one word, he drilled it in the heart of the disciple that you should always remember that mat means it is your place. Mat means what? The place of Sri Guru. And anywhere in the mat, any corner, you don't need to expect any facilities there. You can just remain there anywhere and then feel happy because you are in the shelter of your spiritual master, because mat means the place of Sri Guru. So anyhow, like this, there are little small, there are so many instances which happened. Some can be narrated, some can't be narrated. But I humbly pray in the lotus feet of most revered Srila Gurudev and all those surrendered souls of most revered Gurudev to bless me so that I can dedicate my life without any hypocrisy and duplicity, and Saru Gurudev and Guru Parampara. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha. Patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.